everyone, Kiki Kannon here with Kannon Studios, and today I'm going to be talking about Funcrecol's resin they sent me, and they sent me their tough version of their resin, which also isn't as rigid, so I'm going to go ahead and do some tests here to see how it compares to the other resin I'm using for prop application. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and unbox this here. I really like their color scheme that they have for their resins. And pretty much on the bottle, it lists all the safety stuff that you need to know. And also on my screen, I have all their specifications that I got off their website, which also might be handy. And all the tests that I'm printing, I'm going to be printing on my Elegoo Jupiter. Okay, so the first test I'm starting with is these calibration cones test. I got this test from Table Flip Foundry, and I will have the link below. If you're working with a newer resin or resin you haven't calibrated, this is a perfect test to make sure that the resin works well with the setting of the specific printer you're using. So this is the standard mixture that I used for the calibration test, as you can see. So one side you want them all to touch, and then one side you don't want them to touch. So this test obviously is passed for perfect calibration before starting all the other tests, so you can see that it is calibrated for the resin. So over here we have the Funcrecol resin, and at 3.5 is when the test became successful. On this side you can see nothing touching, and on this side nothing, everything touches except for at the end. There's like a slight off, so I ended up doing it at 3.6 for the layering cure times. Okay, so for the next test we're going to be testing tensile, or this is the bend to break test, basically where I flex these until they break. So keep in mind this gray resin, it is more rigid, it's just what I'm using now. So I'm looking for something that maybe is tough and has a little bit more flexibility. Oh my gosh. So it's a good thing I have my safety glasses on because that was a little terrifying. So that's that one. And next we're going to do Funcrecol's. So I'm going to bend it this way. It's definitely more flexible. So it's winning in that department for sure. Actually, you can touch all the way, so I would say that's very successful as far as flexibility goes. You can kind of even get it sort of back to close to its shape. Let's try to bend it the other way now. See how much stress it can take. Bending it the other way, still doing good. Bending it back. Yeah, I would say that this, well, eventually breaks, but it handles flexibility, I would say, really well. And it eventually snaps, but it does have some flexibility. And the Funcrecol resin. I say it passes. And for our last test, we're doing a strength test. All right, so I'm gonna try to hit them as consistently as possible. So we're going to start the mixture of Outtakes. Again, as I said, this isn't super flexible, but we'll see how strong it is. It is a little rigid. Oh. I'd say it's pretty tough. Now, let's see how well this one holds up. I kind of gradually hit it a little bit harder as I went. And so far this one is holding up stronger, I would say. It's getting away from me. It's taking a beating. So, I mean, I had to hit it pretty hard for it to eventually break. So I would say that Funcrecol wins against this test as well. So I think it's safe to say that this resin definitely holds up, and it is something that I'll be excited to use for some future prop projects. And all the tests that I've done today, I have links below. Most of them are from Thingiverse if you want to try them out yourself for different resins you're working with. So I hope you guys subscribe for more resin videos and more prop making, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and supporting the channel. So thank you guys. Oh. It's like an itch. Something's in my shoe or something. I don't know. It takes forever for us to get a video done.
We're rolling, so you can go in there.
Alright. And for our last test, we have the strength test. Let's try again.